Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, ring that notification bell. Get these subscriptions up to 15,000 so you can enter yourself into a chance to win one of 2 Obi Toppin rookie cards, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a nice, maybe a quick show today. We're going to have a little reflection on last night, what Tom Thibodeau and the boys will be doing in Shootaround today after last night's victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then we're going to take a look at the week in review. All right, so, hey, let's go ahead and let's get down with the get down. Looking forward to hearing some of your calls, hearing your voices, checking out what you got to say in the chat. So, yeah, go ahead and smash that like button. And we about to go ahead and get this thing started. I got my man Tony Crow in the building. We got Nate in the building. We got Chop Low in the building, but, you know, Chop Low is out on business. So, hey, let's get it, man. Tony Crow, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's going on, Sam? What's going on, chat? What's going on, Nate? I'm good, man.
Tony.
I'm good. I'm happy we got the win last night. You know, it got a little ugly at the end, but I got to rewatch the game in full. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just happy with the win, man.
Yeah.
It don't matter how we get it, as long as we get it.
Okay. I feel you on that one. I think that, you know, looking back at it, and I think some people brought it up last night, and Nate, I'm going to get to you, let you say what's up in a second. Looking back at it, as I got a chance to sleep on it, I got a chance to watch that fourth quarter over, it does seem to me that the Knicks kind of let their guard down, relax just a little bit, and they let Minnesota, you know, get some confidence. But I think it was good in a sense, and I think Josh brought it up last night. It was good in a sense that maybe it reminds them that we can't relax against anybody, and puts their antennas up again, knowing that Golden State is coming into the building tomorrow night. You know, so I do think it could be good in that way, right? A bad win, it can be good for a team, especially a young team, right? Because you get the win, but Coach Tom Thibodeau can still be pissed off, right? If you blow a team out and you made some mistakes, it's harder to be pissed off, right? But with a win like last night, Tom Thibodeau can still be pissed off. He can come into the locker room, throw his clipboard up against the wall, kick the Gatorade freaking table, you know what I'm saying? And scream and rant and rave at the players because they let a 21-point lead get away. You know, they let the team get back in the game. You know, then after he rants and raves, then he can praise them for having the wherewithal to win the game anyway. You know what I'm saying? And pull it out. So I do think it's a very, very good learning situation for the Knicks with this game, and to hopefully prepare them for this battle that they're going to have against the Golden State Warriors. Nate, your reflection on last night.
Yeah, I mean, kind of along the lines of what you were saying, I'm going to say this. I think it was, we've seen a pattern of the Knicks kind of, you know, not being able to finish games. Lucky enough, we were able to win those games. But I do worry that against the better teams, we won't win those games. Minnesota's a terrible team. They just fired their coach literally right after the game. I mean, they have talent, but there is no reason why the game should have been that close. Mm-hmm. I will say this, that Julius Randle is our player down the line. That is no doubt in my mind. RJ made some tough plays and made some tough shots. So I will say that it was good to see the young guy get some baskets at the end, but Julius Randle by far is our closer. It was very obvious because when we couldn't hit a shot, Julius Randle's the one that bailed us out, and he's continued to do that. So we do have a closer. His name's Julius Randle. I mean, when the game's on the line, we're going to go to Julius Randle, and then everybody else kind of falls in line. But like I said, the game was kind of weird because, like, yeah, we got out to that big lead, but for some reason, we just stopped making shots, and our defense kind of got a little laxed. Cat kind of had his way in the paint, which we knew we would, and he made shots from the outside too. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to clean up, and definitely a game like this, you're going to your practice and you're saying, listen, guys, we had no business for that game be that close. We should have won this walking away, but we made a lot of mistakes. Our defense got lax. We didn't make shots. We have to be better at closing out, because when we play the bigger teams that are better, they won't give us. They'll beat us if we play like that at the end. It's just that simple.
And and the one thing about last night's game, when you go back and you look at all of the stats and all that kind of stuff, the Knicks really didn't play that well when you think about it, right? It was probably prime for, Minnesota to make a run. And as we brought up last night, let's not forget Minnesota's played two tough teams in the Eastern Conference over the past few games, or three tough teams in the Eastern Conference, Indiana, Toronto, and the Knicks, and they were all close games. All right, so, but when you look at it, the Knicks, they only shot 33% from the three-point line. They only took 18 three-pointers, made 6 of them. They only shot 42.3% from the field. So it wasn't like they shot that great. Right? Now, in the first...
But we were still able to get up by 20 on them.
They were still able to get up by 20. Now, in the first half, when you look at the Knicks in the first half of the game, they shot 37% from the field in the first half. They shot 25% from the three-point line in the first half. So it's not like they were playing this spectacular game. The Minnesota Timberwolves shot better they shot about the same. They shot 37.8% from the field in the first half, and they shot 47% from three in the first half. And the Knicks were still, wait a minute, maybe, am I looking at the wrong game? No, I'm looking at the right game.
I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, let me go to the first half. Hold on. Let me get those numbers right for you. Now, the Knicks shot 46% in the first half, and they were 4 for 10 from the three-point line. All right, so let me change that around. 46 is okay. 4 for 10 is 40%, but you only made four three-pointers. But when you look at the Timberwolves, they were shooting well. They shot 43% from the field. That's okay. They were 8 for 18 from the three-point line. That's 44%. Right? The Knicks were up 11. But it's not like they were just dominating everything. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the Knicks didn't shoot as well.
The game was pretty close in the first half. I think the Knicks were only up by 10 points at halftime.
Yeah,
but what really got us going is the defense, Yeah, the defense really got us going in the third quarter, which doesn't surprise me. Tibbs always does a great job making adjustments and really telling the team to tighten up on the defense. What worries me, and this is everybody's concern, is that the Knicks go through lulls where they just can't make baskets. And that's really where teams get back on us.
Well, and somebody brought it up on a phone call the other day that every time the Knicks have lost a game, and, this was almost a loss. It's just the Timberwolves aren't that good of a team. They've had good first halves, had 11-point lead. Not every time they lost, but in a few of their losses. And then they collapse in the second half. Better teams are able to get that win. So, it's just some things to look at with the New York Knicks. When you go back and you look at last night's game, there is a trend happening here in these second halves, though, recently. Especially like in Orlando. They lost to Orlando. They had a good lead in the first half. They were up, I think they had a 14-point lead or something like that at some point in the game. And then they fall apart, right? They're not able to sustain it. And it's something that the Knicks have got to work on. And it's something that, if I'm Tom Thibodeau, I am stressing today in the shoot-around, right? Because that's what's going to be, a shoot-around. Go ahead, Tom.
One of the things with Julius Randle, I don't know if he's a closer per se. Like, he has the ability to hit big shots, and he's done it, a lot this year. And one of the things that I noticed that I still like is he's doing it the right way, because he's not forcing it. and he's still looking for other people. You know, a lot of times he's looking for other people down the stretch, and you know, he'll give guys one or two opportunities, and then, you know, now if you're not hot, now I'm gonna come back and get mine. So that's one thing that I really enjoy watching. RJ's rebounding down the stretch. Rebounding all year has been pretty good, but down the stretch last night he came up with some real big rebounds. I definitely wanted to highlight that. And he, you know, had some opportunities, made some, missed some, but you know, he took it, wasn't afraid, didn't back down. So I think we're good there. But yeah, we need somebody or to figure out a way to like put a Band-Aid to stop the bleeding when guys are coming on these runs, or you know, it may not be a run to come back. It may be a run where we're not hitting and we're just down. But we need somebody to stop that bleeding. I notice it takes us, when we get into those scoring droughts, it takes us very long to get out of it.
Right.
And we need to fix that.
Right. And that's, you know, that's going to be something that's difficult for the Knicks, I think, as currently constructed, getting out of, you know, those scoring droughts, because we just don't have, while Julius Randle's good and he's scoring, we just don't have that guy that's just extremely prolific. Let's say that. Right, we don't have one of them guys, and you know that makes it tough. Now, I think the solution is for the Knicks to, instead of you just always have a starter on the floor. That's my solution. Always have either Julius Randle or RJ Barrett on the floor. That's my solution to the entire thing. You know, when it comes to that second unit, I think that would be, I think that'll solve not all of your problems, but it'll solve a lot of problems. And I know Tom Thibodeau, he does. You know, he'll go to them in the he'll come back to Randle if Obi isn't shooting well or playing well, he'll come back to Randle, and that's all good. You know what I'm saying? But I think it needs to be something. I think he needs to just look at saying, I gotta have one of these two guys on the floor at all times to make sure that we are scoring. Now, the issue with RJ is, you know, he has some nights where he's not exactly hitting. You know what I'm saying? So then Tom Thibodeau has to figure out, what do I do in those nights? Do I go back to RJ? Of course, if Alec Burks or somebody else is hitting, then you're not going to go back to RJ, right? You just ride it out how it is. Just a quick
and
looking at that. Oh, go ahead.
That caller last night, he made a really good point when he said the possibility of taking RJ out after 4 minutes and then keeping him in with the second unit rotation as it transitions back. Not only would I do that, but I'd go to RJ immediately to start the game. And I noticed we've done that a lot. It's usually a lob to Mitch or a play for RJ to start the game. But I would continue that and maybe try to get him going in that early 4 minute stretch, knowing that you're going to pull him out and go with Burks. Because now, as soon as you take RJ out, that's bringing in a shooter. You know what I mean? And that'll spread the floor out for everybody else, the rest of the starters. So that actually was a great idea. And I was just to touch on you telling people he wasn't talking about benching RJ. I was laughing because he asked somebody asked, is that Josh on the phone?
Oh, so, right. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Looking at some numbers from last night, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you know the score, 103-99. The Knicks did win the rebounding battle, 48-44. The Knicks, and we're going to look at this as we check out the weekend review, they only had 17 assists last night, and those assist numbers are beginning to drop for the Knicks, Tone. They're beginning to drop. I guess we could talk about why. The Knicks had 4 steals. The Timberwolves had 6. The Knicks had 4 blocks. 13 turnovers for the Knicks last night. They shot 42.3% from the field. The Timberwolves shot 40%, 33% from the three-point line with the Knicks. The Timberwolves were 45.7% from the three-point line last night. Right? That's a lot of, and they shot a lot of threes last night versus the Knicks. Last night they shot the Timberwolves. Let me get my stats up here. They shot 35. I guess it's not a whole lot. I guess maybe in the NBA it's about average. They shot 35 3-point shots and made 16 for 45.7%. And we've seen the Knicks let teams get hot from that 3-point line. Both teams around 81% from the free throw line. The Knicks won the battle in the paint. Second chance points were about even, and fast break points, the Knicks actually won it on fast break points. But that was the game last night. And of course, the Knicks were led by Julius Randle. He had 25 points and 14 rebounds. Last night, he didn't lead the team in assists. Most nights he does. Last night, it was Elfrid Payton who actually led the team in assists. But I want to take a look.
Question for you.
Yeah, go ahead. And feel free, ladies and gentlemen, to give me a call, 516-405-2246. The lines are opened up. We did have somebody on the line, but he had to jump off. So give me a call, 516-405-2246. I want to hear what you guys think about last night's win, and then we want to dig back into the last week and what you guys think about, what the Knicks did over the last week, and we'll wrap up some things from the last week. Go ahead, Tone.
Well, it's more of a comment, but I think one of the reasons our assists are down is because Mitch is out. I think that we're losing about four lobs a game in that area right there, because
that's a good point.
Taj is not going to jump up and grab those lobs, and Noel's capable, but it's not really a staple of his. So I think that's one of the reasons right off the bat why you could probably take three or four assists off our average right there.
That's true.
And to put it back off what Crow said, when Obi came in, we could have utilized him as well to get those assist numbers as far as those lobs, right or no?
Yeah.
Right. He can go get it. He can go get it. Let me get to this phone call. All right, caller, you live. What's popping?
Hey, I just wanted to call in and say, I'm in the chat, and right now we're the 7th seed. We match up good with Brooklyn, okay? I called in earlier during the preseason. I told you guys to watch Emmanuel Quigley, from out Maryland, where I'm at.
Okay.
And we're a good team. We're a playoff basketball team. I told y'all that. Y'all laughed at me before. I don't understand where the hate's coming from. We Knicks fans. We supposed to be believing. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
I mean, I think we are believing. I think we're believing that the Knicks can do well. We're just looking at some things that's going on in the games that you probably got to fix so that they can continue to do well. So they can get on top of this, record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I'm saying right now we in the 7th seed. I'm not worried about anybody in the Eastern Conference right now. Our biggest issue is the Lakers. That's my opinion. We going to the finals this year. It's going to be a bumpy road, but we'll get there. There's nobody in the East that can compete with us.
All right, you really think we're going to the finals? I'm serious, though. You really think we're going to the finals this year, bro?
I truly believe it, man. I'm telling you, this is a different Knicks team. Tom Thibodeau is doing his thing out there. I told you when I called in last time, I talked about the confidence of Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox's confidence is shot. That's why he's relegated to the bench. Other guys are stepping up. We got to, come on, man. We Knicks fans. We got to really believe, man.
Listen, I believe.
We wasn't, a couple of years ago, we was a 52-win team. Y'all remember that? We was a 52-win team with Mike Wilson. Mike Wilson on the squad with us.
Back in 2000. That was like 8 years ago. Back in 2013. That was like 8 years ago. But what I'm saying is, listen, I believe in the team. I don't think we're beating Brooklyn. And, you know, I don't want to admit that, but we're not beating Brooklyn. We lost to the Nets when all they had was KD. They didn't even have James Harden and Kyrie. What are we going to do with James Harden and Kyrie?
We lost to them in what was it, January? No, was it even January, December? Wasn't that last year?
Yeah, that was in December, but still.
This is a new year. This is 2001, man. We Knicks fans. We supposed to be believing in our team, man. And y'all got to, you know, get on a boat with me. I'm telling y'all, when we go to the finals this year,
hey, in my man's defense,
hey, my man, hey, check this out.
Hey,
in my man's defense, nobody thought Miami was going to the finals.
Hey, listen. If the Knicks go to the finals, I will buy you a ticket. Well, not to the finals, but I'll buy you a ticket to one of the first game of the season next year. I will buy you a ticket. I can't say to the finals because them joints gonna be expensive, but you know what I'm saying. I will buy you a ticket to next year to one of next year's games, bro.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I go every year that they're here in DC. You know, go to see the Wizards and the Knicks, but you know, of course, COVID. I got a bet going right now with my boy. This year we going to the finals. And he said he's gonna have to open up a second mortgage because I want to be right next to Spike in the finals. And I truly believe that. So we got to keep this faith up, man. I mean, when the Knicks are doing good, man, it's good to watch, man. You know, I watch Knicks games every single time we play. So we got to be grateful for this team. It's a young team, but I'm telling you, Julius Randle, of course, he's an all-star this year. I don't think Kevin Durant, and I love KD because he's from out here. He can't mess with Randle in the post. That's gonna be bully ball. I mean, we match up really good with Brooklyn. You know, Kyrie. I think our biggest problem will be Kyrie in the Eastern Conference Finals. It'll be Kyrie. Other than that, I don't see a problem.
All right. So if they make it, I need you to call in. If they don't make it, I need you to call in.
I will call in. I call in all the time, man.
Okay.
Just to pop my stuff, man, because I believe in this team. I'm one of them fans that no matter what you say, you can't talk about my Knicks.
All right. I appreciate you. Hey, I'm with you, man.
What's his name?
What's your name? What's your name?
My name is John.
John. All right, John. We got you, bro.
I'm from PG. I called you, I think, preseason, during the preseason, man. I love y'all's show, man. I'm always tuned in, man. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. All right, peace.
We need that positivity. He's not from New York. He's from Maryland. That's great.
I like the positivity. I don't know if we're going to the finals, but I love the positivity, man. I love the positivity. Big shout out to
Nate, you said something. I think it's that Mamba sauce. You know about that Mamba sauce from DC? You know about that.
Yeah. Big shout out to Zach.
Go home, man. That's his mentality.
To Zach's coach's desk. He said, "Stop it. We're not beating Brooklyn. This dude is wilding." Hey, listen, we'll see what happens. If we end up going to the finals, then I guess my man is gonna call in. And if he ends up going to the finals, I'm buying him a ticket, not to the finals, but to the first game next season. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Can you respond and tell Zach what we discussed earlier? If he was a member,
Zach.
what he could do?
I got him. I talked to him. I talked to him. Anyway, let's look at the review. Let's look at the weekend review for the New York Knicks and kind of discuss some of the numbers and where we stand. Let's first just look at where they rank in the league in a few areas. Last week. This is last week. All right. Well, actually, we'll do this. We'll start with the record and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this was the previous week, last week with the New York Knicks. They went 2-1, and this is from the dates of 2/15 to 2/21. All right, they averaged 105 points per game. They shot 43.5% from the field. They shot 38% from the three-point line. They shot 82.1% from the free throw line. Remember, the San Antonio game was postponed. Okay, so they didn't get to play that game. They averaged 10.3 offensive rebounds, which is still pretty good given that Mitch has been out, right? They averaged 10.3 offensive rebounds, 35 defensive rebounds, altogether. That was 45.3 rebounds altogether. Okay, they averaged 18.3 assists, 12.7 turnovers, 5.3 steals, and 5 blocks. Okay, so I want to focus in on the assists right now. And Tony, you brought up one reason why you think the Knicks might be a little bit lower in assists. You know, they already were only at about 21 or 22 assists per game. Now they are down to 18.3 assists per game. Right? What is it because the season is getting thicker, defenses are picking up, people are able to cue in on what the Knicks are doing? Does it have to do with Mitchell Robinson being out? Why are we only averaging 18.3 assists per game, which is very low? I think that's somewhere around 27th in the league or something like that, assists per game. It's the same type of numbers that we were seeing last year under David Fizdale, right? Is the ball moving enough, or is it being too stagnant? Go ahead, Tony.
I mean, between Mitch being out, and then no hands, Noel, dropping passes. That's a reason. I think Rose has run the offense well, but his shot is just rolling out, you know what I mean? So I think that could be a contributing factor. I think all in all, we'll be fine. Or maybe, I mean, we also been relying on Randle, all season. He's been leading us in assists. And I think a lot of times recently he's been having to carry us a little bit more offensively and look for his shot. So his assists, dropped a little bit. And he's still looking for people. A lot of times that they're not hitting the shot. So all those things contribute. But I think again, we haven't hit our max potential or full stride. So I think all in all, we'll be fine as the season progresses.
Okay, Nate.
So Tony brought up a good point about Mitch. There's no doubt that, Mitch being in the lineup definitely helps us with assists. Noel, has no hands, no doubt about that. Also, too, we don't shoot the ball well. So half the time we pass it out, they miss the shot. So one of the things that really concerns me is Elfrid Payton. He's become more offensively minded, in my opinion. I think he's, which is not a bad idea. I mean, if he's got lanes, he's going to take it to the cup. To me, he doesn't look like he's wanting, or maybe he's not looking to pass as much anymore. He's looking to be more aggressive offensively due to his matchup or something like that. This is something that, maybe Derrick Rose makes more sense in the starting lineup because because so far from what I've seen from Derrick Rose is trying to get people involved. And I just don't see that from Payton. I see more offensively minded, trying to get to the cup and stuff like that. So that's my observation.
Well, now, okay. I think you were one of the guys earlier in the season. You brought up the stat that when Elfrid Payton scores a certain amount of points, we win the game. So don't we want Elfrid Payton trying to score points? Because the stats say that if he scores 10 points, we win, right? Or we have a better record when he scores 10 points. So which is it? Because, he's not the type of player that's going to really give you both. Last night, he had 7 assists, though, and we still only scored what we scored last night, 104 points. And we still only had, how many assists did we have last night? 17 assists, and he had 7 points. He had 7 of those assists. So,
wow.
I don't know. Talk to me, Nate. Which, how we gonna do it? Because if we need him to score, what do you want him to do?
I mean, it's hard because we Elfrid Payton's unfortunately, the whipping boy because we get mad at him when he doesn't score enough.
Let's not use that term.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, let's not use whipping boy term. Don't use that term.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. We get mad at him because, he doesn't score enough. We get mad at him because he doesn't pass enough. The thing to me is the main concern for me on this team is that when your power forward is leading your team in assists, that's a problem. That, in my opinion, I look at it like in football. If your safety is leading your team in tackles, that means your linebackers and your D-line ain't doing nothing. It's always up to your safety to make the tackles. Point guard should be leading the team in assists. I get there's players out there like a Joker or whatever that can, lead the team in assists themselves. But I just feel like with this team, we need to have a point guard that looks to set up other people because we have guys that cannot create their own shot. And that's the truth.
Well, listen, he's who we have right now. I understand that we're going to need a better point guard in the future. I get that. I don't know if right now I don't think Derrick Rose is going to come in and change. Listen, if Derrick Rose is in the starting lineup, I don't think it's going to change. He's still only going to play a certain amount of minutes. So I don't know if it's going to change the amount of assists that you're getting. I don't. Also, their shooting percentage over the past few weeks has dropped down a little bit as well. So it's it's something. It's something to think about and watch. Let me get to a call. Call you live. What's poppin'?
Yo, Seth, what's up? It's Julito, man.
Hey,
Dad?
What's going on, man?
What's up? I had to call in, man, because hey, that's my guy.
That's Chop.
What up, Chop?
Yeah.
What's up, Chop? What's up, Tony? What's up, Nate? I just had to call in because that last caller inspired me, man. I'm a little late in the replay, so I don't know if you had another caller, but homie that was up there calling about how we go into the finals, man. Even though that is a very wide stretch take, I respect it because too often, and not on our channel or MBK, but when I listen to a few other people, especially those Knicks media guys, the ones that's interviewing Tom and the ones that really speak on what we do, they're so pessimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Saying we're a bad team, saying that we're a team that shit on. Granted, yes, without Julius Randle, we would have probably had 5 to 6 wins. But we will never know because we have Julius Randle, because we have one of the best defensive teams in the league, because we have one of the best coaches in the league. And, yeah, we're missing maybe one killer to really hit that game-winning shot for us. But outside of that, we're a team that is a playoff team, and we are better than a lot of other teams because we are defensively better than a lot of teams. So until we not make the playoffs, until we get knocked out in the first round or whatever may come, I'm saying we can win it all. Because defense wins games. You watch the Nets lose to the Detroit Pistons,
mm-hmm.
who are arguably one of the worst teams in the league. You watch the Lakers lose to teams who Anthony Davis will probably not be healthy for the rest of the season, right? And yes, they have a LeBron James, but every team could be beat. This is a COVID season. This is a season where one season, where 2-3 months outside of the bubble, folks, we may catch a team in the playoffs that may be just so exhausted because they played a month ago, and now we get the upper hand on them, right? So I'm all for us being optimistic, us understanding that we are not the PTSD people we've been for the last 20, 30 years. I know me, I've been a Knicks fan 25 years. So we just need to let go of the PTSD and understand that we're a good team. And until we don't win the championship, I'm saying we win in the championship. Shout out to you, Sim. Shout out to the NBK fans. Shout out to the chat. Let's get it.
All right, no doubt. Appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you.
My brother. I'll be back on probably tomorrow with y'all.
Okay. All right, bet.
Let's get it.
All right, bet. I mean, listen, man, you gotta love the hope and optimism. You gotta love the hope. You gotta love it. You gotta love it because at least for the first time in a long time, you can feel like, yo, you know what? These guys could, we had a long talk last night after the show for about an hour after the show. We did a whole nother show after the show last night, just talking about just dreaming a little bit. We was just dreaming. I'm not even going to talk about some of the things that we were talking about because if we talk about some of the things we were talking about, people are going to go crazy and just call us fools because we was dreaming last night. You know what I mean? We was pipe dreaming, and while Legion of Knicks is in the chat, talk about, well, let's be realistic. He was pipe dreaming too. So don't even act like that, LOK. You was pipe dreaming too, my man. Hey, Carly, you live. What's popping?
Sim, what up, man? It's Divine.
Hey, Divine, what's up with you, brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. Sorry I had to play hooky today, man.
Hey, it's all good, man.
Yeah, good show. But a couple of guys, they real optimistic, but I ain't that optimistic for the player. I mean, the championship and things. But I like the enthusiasm, though.
Yeah.
On the
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love the enthusiasm in the way that people feel about the Knicks right now.
Yeah, that's true. But on that assist thing, though, do you think that might be because of the second unit and not like quickly and them not giving them points that they was giving us, and that might be contributing to the assists going down?
It could be part of it. It could be part of it. I think not having Mitch out there is a big part of it. What's happening in the second unit right now is probably a big part of those assist numbers going down. And then I think just defense is cueing in on what we're doing, right? More teams playing zone. I think that's a big part of it because even when you do score in the zone, you're still gonna have an assist, right? If you swing the ball the right way, you'll get a couple of assists. So it does lead to you getting more assists, but I think that zone frustrates us so much, and we miss shots. We got to get shots all the way down to the shot clock, to the end of the shot clock. So it becomes troublesome for us, and I think that's a big reason why our assist numbers have gone down too, because more teams are playing zone, playing different defensive schemes against us. Then we got to make shots. Then we got to make shots.
I know our second unit has been shooting pretty terrible between Cookie and Rose, and we're not getting no assists out of that unit because they're not scoring. You know what I mean? I was wondering what that contributed to the assists going down. But yeah, man, great show. Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat. Wish I could be on with y'all today, man. But I'll see y'all brothers tomorrow, man. But man, y'all, everybody hit them thumbs up, man. NBK in the house. I'll talk to you, Sam.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you.
All right, dude. All right, sir.
Uncle D, salute.
I want to look at a couple of percentages before, we go on and talk about anything else. As we're looking at the Knicks week in review. This past week, like I said, they're 2-1. They were 22nd in points, 25th in field goal percentage, 12th in three-point percentage, but that kind of comes with a caveat with the New York Knicks, right? They're 12th in three-point percentage, but they don't shoot a lot of three-point shots, right? They over the past week, I'm going to bring that number to you in just a second, how many three-point shots they actually took, how many attempts they actually took over the past week. When we look at the New York Knicks, their three-point attempts over the last week is 26 attempts per game, right? 26 attempts per game, and that ranks last in the league. Right, so yeah, they shot 38%, but they only took 26 attempts, and that's last in the league, which means the amount that they made is almost last in the league. They're only making 10 per game, which is 24th in the league. Right, so they're only scoring 30 points per game off of three-point baskets. And when you look at teams in the league, I mean, you got the Phoenix Suns who score 60 points per game off of three-point baskets. The Suns average 128 points per game, and 60 of those points are three-point baskets. You know, that's how Tom Thibodeau plays. I mean, it's kind of the makeup of our team as well, right? You know, it's the makeup of our team. They were 10th in rebounds. Okay, so, you know, still rebounding well over the week. 13th in free throws. Again, 27th in assists, 5th in turnovers, taking care of the basketball. 27th in steals, right? And that's part of the reason why we're not getting out there on the break and getting a lot of transition points, because we rank 27th in steals. We're 11th in blocks. Our defensive rating is 12th over the last week. Knicks giving up 110 points, or the defensive rating is 110. All right, so hopefully that's not going to signify, that doesn't start to signify a drop. They are still rated overall 3rd in the NBA in defensive rating. So that's the Knicks week in review, ladies and gentlemen. You know, is there anything there, Tony, that stands out to you about the Knicks week, about this week?
Well, I definitely love the rebounding numbers that we've maintained that. I love the low turnover rating. I think, excuse me. I think 12 is still high for me, but the fact that it's 5th, you know, that says a lot for where we are compared to the league. So that's a good thing that stands out. What was the 3-point? Did you say the 3-point percentage?
Yeah, the 3-point percentage. Well, the 3-point percentage was 12th in the league, right? 12th in the league, and the 3-point percentage is 38%. All right, but you know, it comes with a caveat because they're only shooting 26 per game. They're making 10. That 26 per game is last in the league, and that 10 that they make, the 10 makes, is like 24th in the league. Right? So while they're shooting them at a decent clip, they're still not scoring a lot of points because they shoot them, they don't shoot a lot.
Do you think we should be shooting more?
I think that they should shoot. I think that they should shoot what. I think that they should play within their strength, and I think their strength. Yeah, what the defense gives them. I think their strength is in the mid range. I do feel like if they shoot more, it's tough. I think if they shoot more, their percentage is going to drop. Right? If they shoot more, I think their percentage drops to 34%, somewhere around there. Right? But if you shoot more, you probably make more. Maybe you make 3 more. Okay, so maybe you score 9 more points. But what I'm afraid of is that when you shoot a lot of threes, there's going to be a lot of long rebounds. It's going to lead to a lot of fast breaks by the opposing team. Right? So I feel like while we might score 9 more points, maybe instead of making 10 3-point baskets, we make 13, because I think our percentage will drop. You know, instead of making 10, we make 13. Maybe we make 14. But it's probably going to even out because we're going to give away more fast break points, I think. You know what I mean? I think...
we definitely have an issue.
Yeah.
We have an issue rebounding off the 3 ball.
Yeah. And, you know, and it's not like we have flamethrowers out there. Some teams just got flamethrowers. We don't have flamethrowers out there on the floor that's just like automatic. I mean, we got some guys that are shooting decent percentages, but it's because we're not shooting a lot. I mean, Julius Randle, he's shooting 40%. Alec Burks is shooting 40%.
On 4 a game.
On 4 a game, right. Alec Burks is shooting 40%.
Yeah, it don't feel like it.
Wow.
Reggie Bullock is shooting 38%. You know, quickly, I think is like 34, 35% right now. You know, so we got some guys that can hit it, but I still doesn't feel like we have flamethrowers. You know what I'm saying? That's just going to be like, come off the screen, grab the ball, and get in the air. You know, everybody that has to shoot it, I feel like, you know, it's either a spot up and you got to take your time. Not as slow as Ricky Rubio did last night, but, you know, you're going to take your time and shoot it. You know, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm just going to grab this ball off the handoff and I'm in the air that quick. I just don't feel like we have those kind of flamethrowers. So if we shoot more, I think the percentage drops and we give up more fast break points.
What's his percentage?
He's 38%.
Yeah, what is Bullock's numbers?
38%.
Say it again.
38%.
Man, because it feels like he takes a lot, and it doesn't feel like he makes 38%. But if he could get above 40, I wouldn't be like. I think that's another thing that would help us a lot. If he could get in the mid 40s on his 3-point percentage, because it feels like he shoots the most threes. Bullock. It feels like that's actually all he shoots.
Let me get his exact percentage.
But Tom, what about Burks too as well? Burks. Sorry.
But Burks does more. I think he does more on the floor, like offensively. He got mid range. He can, you know what I mean? He does.
He gets to the foul line, and that was good last night, right? He probably was the closer, right? He hit them free throws. That was okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So Reggie Bullock after last night, he's dropped to about 37.2%, but still, it's pretty high.
You know how many he shoots a game?
Per game, he is shooting 4.7 attempts per game. He's making 1.7. I'd
probably say he's the guy that, even though it feels like he shoots more than that, I think he should probably shoot more threes. It seems like that's all they look for from him, especially Randle. Randle really looks for Bullock on that pull up.
Right,
and what's so funny is you saying that is you saying that is because aren't they playing Bullock at the 3 opposed to him playing the 2?
I mean they kind of go back and forth between the two,
Okay.
Who's playing what?
All
so
right.
yeah, and Alec Burks, he's shooting 40.7% from 3. He's shooting 4.8 per game, and he's making 1.9. Yep.
I like that.
So I mean, still, we don't have, flamethrowers out there. That's just, so that's one part of the offense that obviously lacks some consistency or lacks strength or whatever it is, or where we're lacking. You know what I mean? It's crazy with Alec Burks. He's shooting better from the 3-point line than he's shooting from the field altogether. He's shooting 40.7% from 3, and he shoots 39.6% from the field, which means he's missing close range shots. It's crazy. Caller, you live. What's popping?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
I agree with Nathan about the point guard situation as far as I don't like a point guard that want to score 50 points. I'm more of a traditional point guard type of person.
Uh-huh.
And the last traditional point guard we had was Mark Jackson. And as far as that, I mean, I think Peyton is the right point guard. Like I said, me, as far as a point guard scoring 50 points, that's just like the new mumble rap. That's what it is. And as far as the Knicks, we need to when we up 15 and 20 points, we need to push the gas pedal. Sometimes we leave the rookie in there and he's shooting bricks, and sometimes Tibbs leaves them in there too long. So
yeah. I definitely agree with that. Sometimes Tibbs waits a long time before making a move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Makes a long time before making that move. Yep.
And as far as Pons, I would love to see Shamari Pons over there.
Who?
Shamari Pons.
Oh, okay.
St. John's. He was
yeah.
In that Knick position. I think he would start over there. I don't know where he is. I've been looking for him.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is.
But,
I mean, I don't think he's in the league, so I don't know.
I mean, if you look at all his videos, the man can score, passes. I mean, I don't know where they went wrong with not even looking over there, right in your backyard.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, there has to be, there's something somewhere. You know, can't say what, but there's something somewhere. But you know, listen, I don't think the Knicks are gonna do much this season with this point guard position. You know, Peyton is being serviceable, and I see people that are like, oh, you know, yeah, he's being serviceable, but they're ready to move on. I actually think he's going to be here next year in some capacity. I do. I think he's going to be here. I'm not saying he's going to be our starter, but I think he's going to be here. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be on the team next year. You know, and you know, somewhere, shape or form, I think he will. I think that Tom Thibodeau likes him. You know, and some of the things he brings to the table, but that remains to be seen. You know, and we'll see what kind of moves they make later on. But for this season, I think this is who we're rocking with. And I don't think there's going to be unless something happens at the deadline. You know, I think this is who we rocking with right now. But hey, my man, I appreciate your call, bro.
Salute.
Thank you.
No doubt.
And you did say this, and you said Tibbs liked them, and I think he said in a press conference, he's big. He's a big point guard. He's a little bit bigger, right? He likes those kind of guys.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger and he's scrappy. You know what I'm saying? He's scrappy. You know, he's gonna go to war and he's gonna battle with you. And right now, that's what Tom Thibodeau is looking at for this team. You know what I'm saying? People that's gonna go to war. Because every night got to be a war with this team. Carly, you're live. What's popping?
Hey, what's up, Sam? This Show Me.
Hey, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate you, bro.
What's up, Chop? What's up, guys?
God bless you, Papa.
I didn't get a chance to hear the last part that y'all were talking about, but I know Bullock was in the topic conversation, right?
Yeah, we were just talking about that 3-point shooting in the Knicks 3-point shooting.
Right.
Yeah, so the my problem that I've always had and I've kind of been stuck with, I've given up on the whole Knox and Frank thing. They're not coming back. They're out. So it was always a question to me, who's more valuable, Burks or Bullock? Now, any given night, either one of those guys can be very valuable to our team and give us a shot of offense that we need, a shot of 3-point shooting that we need. So then it looks at, or then I break down what the other guy does if the other guy does it consistently, right? To me, Bullock is a stronger defender than Burks. But Burks gives you a versatile guy that can handle the ball, drive to the basket, you know, and things like that. But I've looked at the last few games, Burks has even fallen off on that part of his game and relied more on a jump shot, and his defense has kind of tailed off a little bit as well. So I wouldn't be, and I know I've heard you guys say it before, and I 100% agree. We need to stagger Randle and RJ and not have them both on the bench at the same time.
Right.
So I'm looking at having a 9-man rotation and Bullock being that guy and Burks not being in the rotation and be that situational guy. Because at the end of the day, I think RJ has a lot more value with his playmaking ability versus Burks kind of erratic, you know, every now and then offensive burst.
And do you think that takes away from the 3-point shooting, though? Because he is shooting 41% from the 3-point line, making about 2 a game.
It does, but if Bullock gets a couple more minutes and RJ's 3-point shooting has improved some, it's not perfect, but if you give those two guys a split of those minutes with a little bit of Quickly, a little bit of D Rose, you know, and with the collective of those guys, we could probably make up for it.
Okay. All right. Hey, you know, they got to do something to strengthen that bench and what they're doing. You know, you see a lot of teams that are using their starters during that time, and the Knicks got to do something too, man. Hey, my man, I appreciate your call, bro.
Hey, no
Salute.
problem.
Appreciate you, man. Let me get to another phone call here. Caller, you live. What's poppin'?
Yeah,
How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
man, I'm feeling good. Good. Next one last night, and we trying to get another W.
Yeah, we looking to get another W, hopefully against Golden State. How you feel about the Knicks week this week, man? They went 2-1. They beat the Atlanta Hawks. They lost to the Magic, and then of course last night they beat Minnesota. How you feel about it, and what do you feel about the week coming up? We're about to look at that schedule.
For the whole week, because I be at work watching the Knicks game on my phone.
You got the MSG Go app. Salute.
Yeah, go
They're
ahead.
still learning.
Right. Yeah, they still learning.
They still. It's a growth process.
Mm-hmm.
And Julius Randle, he's the future for the Knicks. He's the next, to me, my opinion, Patrick Ewing. And I think, because the way how he's playing, like, I don't know, he's like Ewing to me. Every time I ain't gonna front. Every time he has the ball, sometimes I get scared, because sometimes I'm thinking he's gonna do some dumb stuff, spin move and getting turnovers. But when he be scoring,
Right.
man, I'll be flabbergasted. I'm like, damn, this man, he's the truth. I'm gonna have to get me a jersey.
Okay.
I'm getting me a. Listen. Let me tell you something, Sims. Let me tell you. I'm getting a Julius Randle jersey.
Yo,
Straight
do
up and
it.
down. I'm
Do it,
getting
man.
that.
Hey, get me one too, man.
Do it, man. Go get that Julius Randle jersey. I don't know if he's Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing is an all-time star, but he right now, hopefully for the next few years, he's going to be our rock, until we add some pieces around him. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing, the draft picks, I don't know, someone is clever in the my bad. Someone is clever in the office. Emmanuel Quickly is the future. Let him keep playing on the bench. Let him feel it out. You know what I'm saying? And Derrick Rose is teaching him to be professional.
Right.
Because Timberland is teaching Quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nah. Listen, they're doing the right things. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I appreciate your call, man.
All right, Sim. Have a good day.
Have a good one, man. And get that call. Call me when you get that Julius Randle jersey, please. All right.
We're gonna give one away on the show.
No doubt. Appreciate you, man. Be peaceful.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Uncle Sim. Sim. I think Nate has something to say. He looked like he was kind of.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to Nate. Let me look at this week, and then I'm gonna get around to everybody, man. Looking at this next week coming up. Tomorrow, we play the Golden State Warriors, 7:30 p.m. at home. This is a homestand, ladies and gentlemen. We got a nice little homestand. We just played one game at home versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. We were supposed to play the San Antonio Spurs on Saturday, but of course that game was postponed, so we missed that home game. Right now we play the Warriors, then we play the Kings, and we play the Pacers. And I'm going to tell you what, these are all tough games. The Warriors got to win the record. The Pacers are at 500, right? The Warriors are 16-14. The Pacers are at 500, or maybe they're a game above 500. I don't know. And the Kings, they're starting to play better. Right now, I do think that they recently went on a little bit of a losing streak. But after we played them, they started to play better. Right? And right now, let me see, the Sacramento Kings, they're 12-18. They have lost 7 in a row. But before they lost that 7 in a row, they had improved their record to 12-11. Okay, they had improved their record to 12-11. Now they just lost 7 in a row, so they're 12-18. The Golden State Warriors are 16-15, and the Indiana Pacers are 15-14. So we're playing two teams with winning records. Pacers and Warriors, and then of course the Pistons and the Sacramento Kings both have losing records. This is going to be an important stretch for us. If we can go 3-1 in this 4-game stretch this week, we can finish this week at 500, and then we'll play San Antonio, next week. But Tony, can we finish this week at least 3-1? That's what I want to know. Can we finish this week at least 3-1? What you think?
I think so. I think that's. I mean, it's not gonna be easy, but honestly, I really just want this next one. Mm-hmm. Let's get the Warriors, and if we can bump them, I don't like looking to the future, but let's get this Warriors game, and I think we'll be in good shape to finish with at least a 500 record.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that'll be yes, if we can get that Warriors game, this next Warriors game, get to 500, and then look at, okay, can we go 2-1 in the next 2 games? Because then you play 2 teams with below 500 records and 1 team with a 16-15 or 15-14 record in the Pacers, although it is a team that you've beaten.
And the Pacers game put more importance on it because it gives us a full game. You know what I mean? If we win, that's a game we jump.
Exactly.
And if we lose, that's a game we lose on them. So It's important, man. I think this, like you said earlier, this loss is going to be a learning lesson for us and put things in perspective. Like Tibbs been saying it all year, 48 minutes. We have to play 48 minutes.
That's it. Got to play 48 minutes. Nate?
Yes, sir.
I think Chop said you was ready to jump in there and say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Nate.
I was just laughing just at some of the comments they were making about Patrick Ewing, Julius Randle, Patrick Ewing. I was like, man, there's some optimistic people out there, so props to them.
Hey, listen. Hey, if you leave it to today's show, we got Patrick Ewing on the team, and we going to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, man, you can't beat that.
You know what I'm saying? After today's show, we got Ewing on the team, and we going to the NBA Finals, man. You know what I mean? We'll see what's up. But what do you think about this week's schedule, man? The Warriors, the Kings, the Pacers, and the Pistons.
I mean, they're all winnable games. They sound like a lot of grind out games that the Knicks are going to have to grind it out, and because the Warriors have been playing better. The Pacers are always a tough team to play with against. Sacramento might be the weakest out of the 3. But
probably Detroit. Probably Detroit is the weakest.
Detroit. Okay, yeah, Detroit. So Detroit, Sacramento, those are probably the weakest out of the 4. The Pacers and Warriors will definitely be tough. With this Knicks team, I was actually thinking, this team is so similar to the Chicago Bulls teams in the past. They were great defensively. They had some good athletic players. They struggled to score at times, but they were a grind out, gritty type of team. And they won ugly a lot of times. And maybe that's the thing with the Knicks, is that we're just going to be winning ugly at times because, we don't have that prolific scorer that can put us over the top and put games away. That a lot of these games are just going to be grind out games. And I mean, hey, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. I mean, that's until we can increase and add more talent to this team. That's just going to be the philosophy that we're going to have to follow. And, I think the Knicks will be okay. I think that if we could get to 500, I mean, all bets are off. I mean, nobody had us at 500, being in March, with a couple of a month away from playoffs. So I think it'll be exciting if we can get to 500 or even over, because I mean, honestly, right now we've exceeded from last year. our play. So it can only get better.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's no doubt about it. We're a grind out team. That's who we are, at least right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is okay. I'm cool with it. I like grinding it out. I get stressed during games, but I like grinding it out.
Hey, as long as it's competitive and we're in the games, I mean, you never know. You just never know what can happen, and I think that's what all Knicks fans want to see is just us being in games. I mean, the last 2 years we've been blown out, killed, just uncompetitive going to the fourth quarter. Now that we're actually in games, it's exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. Let me get to this caller. Caller, you live. What's popping?
Hey, I love this channel. I'm a big Knicks fan. I really think we need to get Miles Powell on the team. We need that one shooter. He hits threes like nonstop. I've seen him at St. Paul. I don't know why he's in the G League, but I think we really need him on the team. And him and Derrick Rose starting lineup, that could bring us at least to the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference.
Miles Powell? Well, Miles Powell can bring us, can bring us to the 4th seed.
Yes.
No. I mean, listen, Tom Thibodeau had him in camp. And maybe some politics took precedent. Yeah. Who knows? But I'm pretty sure if he's that dude, eventually he'll be on the squad. You know what I mean? Because what do teams need? Talent is talent over politics. Straight up. Yep. You know what I mean? So we will see. All the time. Yeah, we will see. Hey, I appreciate you always watching the show, man.
I love the show. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on it. But that's all I was just saying. If we get him on the team, our 3 points will go up automatically. If you guys don't believe me, just watch his highlights at St. Paul.
Okay. All right. Hey, no doubt. We're going to watch it, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, man. I'm looking in the YouTube chat. They said now, listen, so I mean, right now, we are trending. This Knicks team, based on this show right here, is trending on being one of the greatest teams to ever play basketball. We started off as winning the championship, right, this year. Now we got Patrick Ewing, and now Nate is comparing us to the Bulls. So, I mean, we are trending on becoming, before this show is over, we're going to be the best team to ever grace the NBA.
I never said that. I said the Bulls of Thibodeau years. Just FYI.
I don't know. I'm just saying,
okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm just looking in the chat. People like, dang, now Nate's saying we're the Bulls.
No,
right?
I'm not saying that. No, I said the Thibodeau Bulls when they had D Rose and Dang and Joe Kim.
Saying, by the time we finish this show, we would have had 17 championships. Caller, you live. What's popping?
Hey, what's up, son? This is Riley from New York. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. First, I want to give a shout out to you, man, because I'm a big fan of your show and how you always give out other people on the show a platform to create their own shows as well too. So I want to salute you, especially during Black History Month.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Now, with that said, I got a couple comments. I usually agree with you, but this 4 games that we got coming up, you said you think you go 3-1. I think we'll be lucky if we go 1-4.
Well, I'm hoping we can go 3-1. I don't know. That's what I'm asking people. If people can think we can go 3-1, why do you think we're going 1-4?
I don't. Well, first I'll start with the Warriors. The Warriors, they've been cooking. So these past few games, they've really been balling. Like Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins, and obviously Steph. Like they've been doing pretty good. Like even without Clay, they're still in the AC. So they showed that they've been hooping still. So I don't think that's going to be a cake game. We might be lucky if we get that one.
Okay.
And they definitely against Sacramento.
Right. They've been playing well. They have lost their last 2 games out here on the East Coast. They lost to Charlotte and they lost to whoever they played before Charlotte. I don't remember. But, they are 16-14 or 16-15 right now.
Right. I think that would be a competitive game. I'm not going to think it's we're going to get mopped. I think we would be competitive, but I don't think that's an easy game for us. And then Sacramento, I'm a big fan of De'Aaron Fox. Like, I wish we could get him, but like our guards can't guard them. Like, whenever we go against elite guards in the league, those are the ones that we can't win against usually, or we have a tough time of going against.
Okay.
Indiana, obviously, they're a tough team. You know, they're also going to be in our division too, so that's going to be a divisional battle. I think it's going to be tough. So I don't think we're going to get that one. So the only one I see we can get is Detroit. And if we go better than 1-3, then I think we're good.
All right.
And then the next comment I want to say is, you know, I'm a big Knicks fan. I usually watch all 8 games, and I just the last 3 games I missed because I had to go work this weekend. But after sitting back, I looked at the games, like the stats and everything, and they went 2-1. And I thought they were doing pretty good. So now when I checked out the show and I hear you guys talking, it gave me a different perspective. And I think that Knicks fans, we micromanage their games a lot. You know, we love the team and everything. So each game, day in and day out, we all like, oh, this guy got bad. Like, he shoots too many shots or too many turnovers, blah, blah, blah. Like, we over-criticize them. But, like, over the weekend, since I watched the games, I'm like, oh, they went 2-1? Not bad. That's pretty good. And I also called into the show for this point as well, because I know that the Knicks PR team, they check out the show because topics that we talked about over the summer, like whether we're talking about the coaching hire or the players, we criticized them, and then they kind of responded, like whether it be like on the PR person related to it, or even with Emmanuel Quickly. Like the first 2 preseason games, they ain't playing him, and then like when the fans started saying, man, they need to play him. And then he did good, and then they kind of like put him into the rotation. So I want to say this, hopefully that they hand this, but they are running Julius Randle into the ground. And I know he's having a fabulous season, but and I didn't say anything at first because I knew they were doing it to get him an all-star push because he deserves it. But now that he's most likely going to get his all-star bid, we need to like pull his minutes down back and then now get Obi some minutes because like he's just sitting on the pine, not getting no experience. And they were talking about him having the potential to be Rookie of the Year over everybody before everyone played the game. And you don't even hear nothing about him. So how I think they should do is like how y'all was saying before, like stagger RJ and Julius Randle's minutes, like have them always on the floor. I kind of like that concept. But like when Julius is off the floor, put Obi inside there so he can get some experience with the starters. And when Mitch comes back and everything, like give him some minutes with them, and then let Julius run with the other players on the bench so he can give him some break when he's on the bench with the second unit. And then, and additionally, this is the last point I'll say. I like Kevin Knox, and I know we all kill him and everything, but if we're going to get rid of him, at least give him some burn, at least showcase him so we can get some talent out of him, like at least increase his value. Because him sitting on the bench and just not getting anything, we're not going to get no value for him. And I definitely feel that he's one of the best shooters on our team, but I know his defense is bad, and then I trust Tibbs because what he's doing is the right move. So I'm not really mad that he's not playing them. If he feels he don't deserve it, then he don't deserve it. But at least give him some minutes so we can showcase him, so we can get a trade value back for him or something. Yeah, well, but I'll just say I'll leave that, and I'll just listen to y'all. But I appreciate everything y'all say, and have a good day.
Appreciate the call. I think the one he was saying about the week, we can only go 1-3. I think we can at least go 2-2. I think we should at least go 2-2, or something. I don't want to say should, but I think we can go 2-2. There's going to be 2 tough games. Sacramento is a tough game. I don't like playing Sacramento. I don't like the matchup, but I think we can beat them. The last time we played them, we were in the midst of a road trip, and it was tough. I think we can beat them. We've been good at when we play a team a second time. If we lost to them the first time, beating them the second time. Golden State's going to be tough. I think we should be able to beat Detroit. And then Indiana as a team, that's going to be a battle. But I do think we can go at least 2-2. As far as Kevin Knox, I think, his time is coming back around, especially with Mitch being out. I think his time is going to come back around. They were talking about it not too long ago. So we will see if, he finally gets out there. And against the Warriors could be a night that he gets out there, when the Warriors might be playing smaller lineups. He could get out there. So, let's see. Get to one more phone call. Caller, you live. What's popping? Hello?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that caller, but we'll get another call going on soon enough. Actually, we probably won't because I'm about to head up out of here.
Let me say one thing.
Go ahead,
with
jump
that
in
last
there.
caller. With that last caller, and I want the Knicks fans, everybody, you got to remember this and realize this. Obi Toppin had a calf strain, right? And wasn't Kevin Durant misdiagnosed? He had a calf strain, which turned into that Achilles injury. So they're being precautious. We're not seeing too much of him. They're bringing him back here and there in increments. So fans, I know we say, oh, we want to see more of Obi. So we got to relax. Remember, that calf strain actually, right? Right, Uncle?
Yep. Yeah, he had a calf strain, I think it was. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And they probably were, careful with him then. I think right now it's just all about Obi and, and what he can do defensively. You see the way Karl Anthony Towns spun off of him. Obi almost fell forward. Karl Anthony Towns spun off of him so hard. You know what I mean? He's got to work on that defense. He's got to work on that defense. And then he'll be out there on the floor a little bit more. Big shout out to, let me see who it was that just said, Young Simba. He said, I swear this is the best show of the week already. Now, this is just Monday. We haven't even started. He said, this episode has been so entertaining. Salute to MBK. It has been entertaining, man. We went from being, a team that's making a 500 record to winning the championship, to having Patrick Ewing, to being, the 72 win Chicago Bulls. So, I mean, I don't know. And we'll probably three-peat on the next show or something like that. Who knows? But Nate, you got some last words for us, man?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, I'm sorry about that comment I made. I apologize. I did not mean any disrespect in any kind of way. Just kind of slipped out, and I apologize about that.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah, I mean, as Knicks fans, we're as high as we are and we're as low as we are at times. Trying to find a common ground is very difficult. This team, it's just, it toys with us. We get on these winning streaks and we're like, man, the Knicks are back. Yes, let's go, playoffs and all that. And then you have a dud like Orlando and you lose that game. And then you come back and you win against a team like the Timberwolves. It's just, like you said earlier, it's just an up and down thing with this team. This team's very young. This team still has not really figured out their identity. We know that we're going to play tough defense. We're going to grind out games. Hopefully this front office will add some more talent to our team. I actually like the idea of bringing up Miles Powell. I would want to see him over Burks, in my opinion. I think Miles Powell has he has a bright future. I think that he's a player that a lot of people were excited when they signed him out in the undrafted players. The guy can score. He can ball out. So I'd love to give him some burn and see what he's got to offer for us. So, but that's about it.
Yeah, all right. And Tony, any last words?
As always, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. Your Black is time, and Sim, keep doing your thing, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. Make sure you check me out tomorrow about 3:30 for the game preview. And then, of course, tomorrow night after the game, we'll be doing our, our regular post-game show. So make sure that you check us out tomorrow. Of course, later on tonight, I don't know if Legion of Knicks is on later on tonight. It may not. But Blowing Steers will be on later on tonight. So make sure you check that out about 11:45. Right? Tony, do you have any shows coming up?
I think I'm going to take the day off, man.
Okay.
Wednesday I'll have a new episode for you guys. But check out my episode with Steph. It's a great episode, man. And a lot of you guys were asking for it. So
indeed, that was.
Check it out.
Yeah, no
appreciate
doubt.
it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. We are going to head up out of here and talk to you guys tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Be peaceful. Out of here.